A mean cleave, eh, Captain? Rookie can't even lift his own sword. Captain Oren? Captain? It's here. Rain! Send the signal!
I'm just gonna let this play, actually.
What the fuck?
Rain! On my back will be laid up!
Come on, come on! I'm ready! I'm ready! It's a man!
No, it's not! Run!
On your feet, lad.
Sir, the captain,
You'll be fine. Here.
What is this?
Get the body.
Stop. Mortal. It can still be contained. You don't know what you have unleashed.
Your kind no longer control this world. We cannot destroy your body, it's true. But you will watch as we destroy everything you have built. Bind him! Feed. Grow, my child. I'll make sure you can eat your fill.
All right. Okay. Hmm. All right. That must be Marin, right? No one's talking to me in Camelot. Yeah. Okay. Time to start. Okay. That's good. No. No, no. Why would I post if I want you to go? I want you to stay. 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 What's your work look like? How you doing? Just doing stuff and bored. That's fine. Whoa. Yep. The universal truth. Oh. God damn it. No, I probably need to be using my armor piercing rounds, not my... Let's go with these. These are safer. I can use them at a distance. I don't have to line anything up. They just shoot and they scatter. I actually got, last night, I got my second ascendancy. So I'm able to have 2 copies of support gems. So hard to... I can have mobility in 2 things. I can have double barreled in 2 things. I can have fast forward. I have a lot more capability to just have the build I want and not be limited by what my other skills are doing, which is really nice. And I also got a stretch that went all the way over here, and these passives together give me a lot of fun. If you watch my bullets, they like fly off and like bounce off the walls and but I'm getting to the point now where my experience is really slow. So I'm probably not going to gain a level for a little while. But I'm not losing experience yet, so I might actually turn my sounds down a little bit more. Broadhead. Maybe I'll see what that looks like. Intricate gloves? I wonder what that is. The week? So far, so good. It's been a pretty quiet week. It's the week after my birth. What are all these fishies doing here? I mean, oh, fucking beta. Alright, on we go. Your week went good. Oh. For some reason, these fish are just... Like, I think these fish are supposed to go away when the water drains and be replaced with the fish that I can shoot. I think that's what's happening here. Is these fish are stuck around because I loaded the map with the aqueduct drained, maybe? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe a fresh map would fix it instead of just fresh monsters. But I also don't really care. It's just kind of funny to have swimming fish. Okay, and that just led to a corner with a carcass and a scroll. Great. Thanks, I hate it. I mean, I at least know what age I am, which, when you're 37 or 36, it can be a little hard to, are you 36 or you're 37? Does it really matter? When you're 40, you're definitely 40. Like, there's no really other, there's no really other way to, you've passed a threshold and you're like, well, guess I'm 40. It's just, that's how it goes. But it's not like there's an archetypical 40 that I'm like aiming for. Like any 40 that existed in the world before me is not a reference for me or my life. There's nothing to be learned from the past for myself other than, whatever. Oh, what do we got here? I could get morbid, but I'm not gonna. Okay, zealot bow, don't need it. Cool. Yeah, I didn't mind my 20s. I hated my teens. Those were kind of annoying. My 20s were cool because I had friends. And my early 30s were all right. And I mean, I, I, I've always been able to at least find some people to talk to. I mean, real friends, the thing is, I lost all my friends, my real life friends, at once because I lost friends with one friend who was okay, so I have two main friends that I broke up with, basically, right? Well, no, let me just have the definition for now. I accept that you are way more than most friends that I've had. So, but for real life friends, I had two friends and I broke up with both of them. But the thing about these two friends is they are the friends that have all the friends. Like, I have a lot of friends, but really, it's a reflection of their friends. So, if I burn bridges with them, and I don't endeavor to build bridges with the other people, because I'm just I don't even want to, be on that side of because one of the reasons why I broke up with them in terms of friendship is that they're a bit manipulative, and I didn't want to be manipulated. But they were the ones that had the D&D games or the parties at their house or this or that. So without them, it's just me and my video games and my internet girlfriends. Is it a bad life? I don't think so. What? Which WoW? I don't even know. I kind of said a lot. Oh, more fishies. Okay. Seriously, these fishies look hilarious. Yo, oh yeah, I mean, I have as many friends as I want. I mean, if we're counting internet friends, I have like fucking infinite. Hmm. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you think I'm likable. I really appreciate that. Let's go back to machine gun because that's kind of the funnest one. It's kind of the least damage, but it kind of does the most damage to an area. Like if I want to just like put bullets down that way, that's the gun I use. If I want to make one monster really, really hate that I have a gun, I use this one. And if I want to like do surgical strikes on like one type of monster or like a group of monster and I want to like pop out like groups of them at a time, or if I want to do like close range crowd control, this is the gun I use. I also have this one, but I haven't upgraded it with anything. Actually, let's go do that. You get to see this side of it. Get to see me put a build together. That'll be fun, won't it? I think so. I'm trying to get Breezy to play this game with me. If you have a computer that can play video games, you could play it and you can play with me. I think we can have like up to 4 people in a party. Let me see. No, I don't really want to actually make a party, but maybe. I'm not sure. I guess you're Mac. That's fine. I'm actually Sony, so. But this game does have cross play, but that's fine. It might not have a Mac version. Ooh, that's a good one. Holy crap. Okay, let's see if it's actually good. Okay, so how crafting works in this game is you start with a white item, and that white item can have quality. You can like use this item, like a glass blowers, to make this item better. You can go up to 20%. And then, if you use an orb of transmutation on it, it becomes blue, and then it gets one thing. And then, if you have that blue item that has one thing, you can use an orb of augmentation on it. That gives it a second thing. For a lot of gear, you only can make it blue, but for gear that you equip, you can actually go higher than that. And this one is actually really good. It's probably a low level 28, so yeah, it's a terrible level. But I could roll something really good on it if I make it stronger than it. So if I use a regal orb on a blue piece of equipment, it becomes yellow and it gets an extra thing. That's not so great. I really wanted a bit more resistance or some more, not really sure, but extra cold damage probably isn't worth even equipping. Unless I absolutely need the resistances, which my playstyle doesn't really need them right now. Let's just see how this looks. It's just so much less. I would have to put a lot more. It's putting me closer to my resistance caps, which is definitely good. Okay, let's actually make it a bit better then. If it's better, then I should make it better. So this thing has 3 things on it currently. Underneath the top one is um, built into the item itself, so that's like the ruby ring will always have the 20 fire resistance. If I want to add more to it, there's a couple ways to do that. The most common way is to use exalted orbs on them. And this is basically gambling. So if I rolled, this is really low level, so it's like, this is like buying a 50-cent thing, but I'm spending $20 to maybe win 10 cents. But I like to gamble. So let's see if I get something good on here with 1 exalted orb. Mana. Pretty shitty. 2 exalted orbs. Mana per kill. Shitty. Not really. 3 exalted. I never really have money. 3 exalted orbs. Leech mana. What? Well, at least it has a theme. Do I want to try to corrupt it? The last thing that you can do, basically, I won't talk about what these do or what that does. The last thing you can do is you can either completely change it by using a chaos orb on it, like completely shuffle it, make it a completely new item, or you can take the ultimate chance, make the item no longer usable, like you can't change it anymore. So once you use a Vol Orb, that's it. There's a chance it bricks entirely. There's a chance it gets better. It's like the ultimate bet, basically. I have 2 of them, and I mean this thing is already bricked. It's already a complete waste, but I could put it on another character and it could be really good. So I'm going to corrupt it. And when I corrupt it, it might brick. So cross your fingers. Okay, that's actually not bad. So do I want to equip it now? I think it would lower my damage quite a bit, and I don't really use mana. So for this character, I'm going to say no. But that ring is actually really good. So it goes in my stash. Along with this and this and that and this and this and this and this. And I'll just put these into here. Hold on to that and go back. But no, I don't really do casinos, mostly because I don't. With real money, it's different. I mean, the thing with this game is I could actually figure out what the actual money value of the stuff I'm crafting with, because like technically, if I collected 10,000 exalted orbs, I could probably sell it for a couple of $100. So that might have been like literally $6 worth of currency that I blew there, but I would never actually turn that currency into money, so it doesn't really feel like money. And I never really collect enough currency, at least I haven't so far, to actually feel like it's money. I haven't really bought anything from anyone yet, which is what you do with that. right now, I am working my way through a aqueduct of an ancient. It's like a Mesoamerican Aztec blood sacrifice society that refined blood magic to the point where they like their blood magic is kind of like, you know, Wakanda. Do you know Black Panther? Are you familiar with Black Panther and Wakanda? It's basically Aztec Wakanda, but instead of vibranium, they use uh, blood magic, like sacrificed human beings and blood to do crazy technological technomancy stuff. And in Path of Exile 1, you experience them mostly by interacting with. No, this is definitely Aztec. Like, here, I'll. The loading screen for the Ziggurat encampment is just like, yeah, no, this is Aztec. This is like guy sitting on top of a ziggurat getting fucking stabbed. There's probably some influences for all kinds of Mesoamerican. The idea is it's Mesoamerican Wakanda. But actually right now we are in the ruins of Mesoamerican Wakanda. It's not like this is like Mesoamerican Wakanda that has been the Wakandans disappeared thousands of years ago, and their whole city. Okay, so this map, you can see at the bottom right of the map, if you're managing to look, I'll just describe it anyway. There's like a sluice gate, and there's a huge lake. Underneath that huge lake is an ancient city that got flooded. And what we're trying to do is unflood it so that we can get down into the city below and find some of their unperturbed ancient monuments so that we can. I won't bother you with what the ultimate goal is, but we're going to try to deal with some ancient. They're called Vol. I'll just call them Vol from now on. Vol. Ancient Vol blood magic artifact to try to deal with the kaiju monster MacGuffin thing that gets unleashed at the start of the game. Okay, so I have done crafting for now. I didn't actually get anything cool. Let's do some actual gambling.
Care to take a chance?
Yeah, show me some crossbows. I could use a new one. Nope, all garb. Well, maybe not. Pretty sure they're all garb, though.
Anything else you'd like to be rid of?
4,000 a pop. Show me something yellow at least. Come on.
Oh, seems like a good deal.
Okay, well, that was a bust. Ring. Amulet. Shitty not me amulet. Did not mean to. But we'll do a ring as well. Each physical damage as life. Let's see what happens with that one. Evasion rate. No. Evasion rating? I don't really want to spend Exalted Orbs on that right now, but I'll just put it away along with that. And back into the aqueducts. In Path of Exile 1, you interact with them mostly as a you find their ruins that are filled with like skeletons and ancient technology, like ancient um, like defensive robots, basically, like uh, defensive machines. Um, and then, but they're all gone. It's like it's all just like either you interact with their ruined things that still exist in the real world, or you use map machines to recreate their ancient existence, and that's a completely different thing that I'm not gonna get into that with you for now because that would not be fair. But oh, I forgot to support this thing. What do I want to make this? I could make it like a freeze. Like it could have like a freeze, like a cold infusion and a freeze buildup. Okay, so I need some gems. Specifically, I think I know what I want, which is I'll search. I'll search here first, just because this thing needs gems taken out of it, so gems can be put into it. Let's just search for cold. Frostbite. Is frostbite? No. Lightning infusion. Cold penetration. No, that's not what I want. Damn it. Cold mastery. None of this is what I want. No. Yes. And then I think I can just do them with ones. Oh, set a cold infusion. That's all I care about. No. So I need to make one. Deep freeze. Cold infusion. There we go. So now that is a cold freeze gun. So see if that is helpful. I'm sure it will be. Let's make sure that that is. Might use that against it's like a single shot. But it makes them explode mostly when they die, so maybe against regenerating allies or like reviving allies, that could be actually really good. Also, any fast things. I could also swap one of them out for mobility, maybe. So I don't really need that on my fast. On my armor piercing ammo. Or, no, that's high velocity rounds, actually, is what that one's called. Sniper gun. I think, oh no, where are my mobilities? I have 2 of them currently. One of them's there. And one of them is in high velocity rounds. Hmm. So the story of why I broke up with that friend of mine, it's actually kind of funny. So, oh, okay, yeah, that's 2 minutes. I'll save that story for another day. Glad you could hang out for a while. I really appreciate it. Always, of course. That goes without saying, but I miss you a lot all the time. How the fuck is a tree here? What the fuck? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But seriously, how is this tree growing here? I wish I could zoom in. I love that this is the kind of game that makes me ask that kind of question. Okay, so normally this would be full up to here and would all be slimy and swampy. So there's probably a lot of water in this soil over here. But why the fuck is it growing into these bricks? uh, okay, that's where I came from. hmm. Okay, we're even. We're the even. Okay.
This'll get him!
Come on. There we go. Okay. Talk to you later.
Another notch on me helmet.
Me pockets are full. Back, beast! There we go. There we go. That ought to do it.
What have you learned?
Be warned, friend, their queen witch. Ignagdo. It's a deal. Be wary.
So many stairs. With all their cleverness, you'd think they'd have made some sort of elevator.
Beyond this sealed door is the temple of the sun god Kobe. I've seen writings by a fellow named Katsumi that mention his research in this temple, but I can't quite make sense of what the device was or how it functioned. Unfortunately, we can't use Kalguran explosives without risking whatever's inside. However, there's a piece missing from the door. Knowing the Val, it'll be made of gold, of course. I recommend heading into the city to search for it. Try looking around the Agarat area, as that is well known for its monuments and golden tributes, especially at the main temple's apex. Hurry back if you find it. Good luck.
They weren't pulling my leg. There's a whole damn city down here. Bloody Horus! Easy.
Perma-bolt artillery ballast. Explosive shot can be used to detonate grenades before their fuse has expired. On hit, galvanic shards create arcs of lightning which are effective at shocking enemies. Flash grenades can blind and stun enemies. Be careful, because they can also blind allies. Gas rapid shot heats up your crossbow as you continue to shoot, dealing more damage the hotter it gets. Grenades also gain extra damage from heat.
$62? Oh, okay. Let's go with a fire infusion on that one. Pretty sure I have one already. Ignition. I could go with a martial tempo. Yes, martial tempo. And let's get one of these as well. To get the third thing in there. And those two, yeah. Oh, this build is great. Okay, let's see how that ends up going for it.
Another notch on me helmet. Need more time.
Whoa!
Eat this. Not yet.
Oh, explodes nearby corpses. That's what that was. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Gotta stay quick on my feet. rundown. Need a sec.
Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
This'll get him. Need a sec. Vile creature. Another notch on me helmet. have they been doing down here? Need more time! Killing time.
Here isn't how someone with a good science education thinks. Getting to explore new ideas is always a good thing, and questioning evolution, just like questioning any part of science, can only lead to more knowledge, as long as you're willing to listen to the answers that you find. I don't know what kind of childhood Calvin is claiming to have had here, but if he was taught to accept science unquestioningly and to look down on people who are less educated for simply being less educated, then I think he was done a major disservice. I found it hard not to view them with intellectual contempt, as anyone denying the overwhelming proof of the story of evolution based on facts like dinosaur fossils, ape-man skulls, the 98% similarity between chimp and human DNA, the geologic column, etc., seemed idiotic, to put it bluntly. Well, that's crap, but we were all young and engaged in childish thinking at one point or another. Maybe it's because I have a background in education that I take this a little bit more seriously than other people might, but I don't think you should ever shame somebody for simply questioning evolution. I'll shame somebody for arrogance, or for assuming that their questions alone supersede the answers of the experts, or for not following the evidence, or for spreading lies and misinformation, especially when it's harmful. But 99 times out of 100, anytime somebody is questioning evolution, it's because they just haven't learned that much about it, or because they're listening to like Calvin, who explains evidence of proof, and who claims that they can debunk all of biology together by just going a whole bunch. That's the behavior that I would call idiotic. I truly remember feeling just that harshly towards those I considered what would today be called science deniers. I get comments and emails and even letters quite frequently from people who had a religious upbringing, homeschooled, or for some other reason didn't get a good science education.
Killing time.
First exposure to science, especially to evolution, is my baby. So I know for sure that right now there are a lot of people watching this who are on the fence about evolution, who don't know too much about it, and are trying to figure out who to believe. And for those people, I want you to know that, at least in my opinion, there's a big difference between somebody who isn't scientifically literate, who is trying their best, and a science denier. See, what Calvin is trying to do is establish this victim for creation, that they're being bullied by these evil evolutionists that call them stupid in the comment section just for disagreeing with them. This confession is meant to create this bogeyman that is the evil atheist that's out to hurt your feelings. It's an emotional. So if you're in the group Calvin is trying to appeal to right now, two things. Number one, think of me. And number two, everybody can use these terms differently, and there's going to be jerks everywhere you go. But for me, at least,
Gotta stay
a
quick on
science
my
denier
feet.
is somebody who puts the time and effort that they should have invested into learning science, listening to experts, and asking good questions into memorizing straw man talking points, sowing distrust in experts, and spreading misinformation. You know, like Calvin. The point is, somebody who honestly doesn't understand science isn't automatically a science denier. It's somebody who actively rejects the evidence. Somebody who buys into and then pushes things like creationism, anti-vax, flat earth, transphobia, climate change denial, chemtrails. Those are the people who are science deniers because they are actively denying science. You know what I mean by that? Stay curious,
journey.
Have the full weight of science and an avalanche of truth in support of your beliefs. Any opinion in contradiction to it seems so weak and dismissible as to be beneath serious consideration. And of course, the internet tends to encourage some bad behavior sometimes.
By bad behavior, do you mean platforming lunatics as long as they agree with you about creationism, like we saw you do with Walter White? Or do you mean misquoting scientists to make them sound evil, like we saw you do with Stephen King? Or do you just mean occasionally spicy?
I think of it metaphorically like a gang leader that's so sure of himself with all of his backup behind
in
him.
particular.
But what if he spun around to find out that there was no one standing there to rely on? You see, that's just what happened to me.
And that's why he is no longer a gang leader. It all makes perfect sense now.
When I was finally challenged in my belief in materialism and had to present the evidence in support of it, and when I was asked what the best proofs of evolution I could muster were, I turned around with all this cockiness and confidence I could portray, and found out that many of the proofs I put my faith and trust in had disappeared without me knowing it.
Oh, well then you had a bad science education. You should be just as upset about that as I. Good science education would have taught you what we know and how we know it, so that you never have to rely on it. But just because the situation started out bad doesn't mean it got to even bad. In fact, I've been in more or less the same situation that Calvin just described, and it's a big part of why I became a scientist. I wanted to be an educator, so I got a job teaching after-school programs for elementary school students, and it didn't take long for those third graders to ask dumb questions like, how do you know what attitude? How do you know what this is? Bloody horror! When I realized that I didn't have a good answer, when I was the lone gang leader in an empty parking garage, it drove me crazy. So I spent a lot of time studying to try to figure it out. Skip forward several years and hit the wrong and here I am making videos on the internet about grown adults who are asking the exact same third grade questions and refusing to provide an answer, so they can tell you on the narrative that the only right answer is
a hallmark of evolutionary thinking is the idea of change over time. And this notion certainly plays itself out whenever someone asks the question, what are the best proofs of evolution? Especially as we're so throughout history.
The best evidence for evolution, in my opinion, is the fact that you can literally watch it happen. We have several different experiments in the laboratory and in the field showing populations of a variety of phenotypic and phenotypic changes across multiple species. Of course, there's also homology, embryology, fossils, genetics, and so on, but the fact that you can literally watch it happening with your own eyes is pretty darn compelling for a lot of people.
What if we were to do that from way back in the day, all the way up to the 2000s?
Or you could grapple with modern evidence, instead of doing what you guys always do, which is look for one time that one scientist was wrong about one thing, and use that to imply that all science is wrong all the time, unless it happens to agree with your preferred interpretation of your preferred translation of your preferred version of your preferred old book.
For example, let's begin by asking that question at the time of the launch of the book that's the bedrock of modern evolutionary thought, Darwin's Origin of Species,
which was published in the 1850s. Darwin got some stuff right, Darwin got some stuff wrong, but we have over 150 years worth of better, more accurate evidence for evolution than that one book. Starting a conversation about whether or not evolution is real by referencing On the Origin of Species is like starting a conversation about whether or not the Earth revolves around the Sun by referencing On the Revolutions of the Heavenly Spheres. Copernicus was right about the heliocentric model, but he was wrong about some parts of it, and we have hundreds of years worth of more evidence supporting that idea. The exact same thing goes for Darwin. This is a terrible place to start this argument.
Well, in 1859, you might have been presented with Neanderthal man as proof of our evolutionary ancestry, even though they'd been found 4 years earlier and had already been declared fully human by a professional anatomist.
I don't know what single anatomist he's talking about here, but one scientist being wrong about a fossil 150 years ago, when the idea of human ancestry was still largely unheard of, is not a serious jab at evolution. Also, I know this isn't what they're talking about right now, but just so we're all on the same page, Neanderthals were humans because anything in the genus Homo is a human. So our species, Sapiens, their species is called Homo neanderthalensis. We are two different species of humans. I just want to point that out going into this section because a lot of new learners are so used to thinking of our species as the only humans left that they end up thinking of our species as the only humans, period. And they end up doing what Calvin just did, which is to assume that the word human is synonymous with only our species, and that's just not true.
However, the release of Darwin's book fueled the search for fossils of imagined ape-like ancestors of man in the evolution-believing community. And lo and behold, 4 years later, Irish geologist William King decided to re-examine the fossil skull of Neanderthal man and promptly decided that he was an ape-like creature. And many variations of this idea were propagated as science and fact for well over 150 years afterwards.
Neanderthals were ape-like because all humans are ape-like because humans are greater. What Calvin is doing, once again, is conflating terms to fit his worldview. By ape-like, he means primitive or ancestral, which is sort of true of thinking at the time, but again, that was
Maybe this
over
place
100
should have
years.
stayed sunken.
Modern fossil, genetic, and archaeological evidence shows that our species lived separated from Neanderthals and progressed quite a bit, but they were extinct about 40,000 years ago. That makes them the predecessors of modern humans, but it does not make them the predecessors of our species or the predecessors of humans. We learned that they are humans, not that they are Homo sapiens. Also, learning and admitting are two different things. Very loaded language from a man who believes in dragons.
Which is why they're designated as Homo, which means human, Neanderthals.
Neanderthalensis, not Homo neanderthals, Homo neanderthalensis. If you're going to claim to be smarter than all the professionals in this field, you should at least try to get the word.
And definitive confirmation comes from no less than Dr. Aaron Trinkhaus, an evolution-believing paleoanthropologist, considered one of the world's foremost authorities on Neanderthal man, who's concluded detailed comparisons of Neanderthal skeletal remains with those of modern humans have shown that there's nothing in Neanderthal anatomy that conclusively indicates locomotor, manipulative, intellectual, or linguistic abilities inferior to those of modern humans.
Isn't it funny how real scientists, even the ones who believe in evolution, are correct and trustworthy as long as it sounds like they're agreeing with answers to quizzes? For the record, that quote from Dr. Trinkhaus is from an article published in Natural History magazine back in 1969. Neanderthals were classified as a subspecies of Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens neanderthalensis, sort of like how modern dogs are a subspecies of Canis lupus, called Canis lupus familiaris. So that's what Dr. Trinkhaus was talking about in that article. And not long after that article was published, Neanderthals were reclassified as their own species as Neanderthalensis, because while they ability, they do differ significantly in terms of morphology and genetics. And while Dr. Trinkhaus certainly didn't have access to the genetic evidence in the last couple of decades back in the 70s, he was aware of at least some of those major morphological differences, even back when he wrote that article. How do I know that? Well, we have a little technique that we like to employ on this channel.
Reading the whole fucking thing.
Real scientist is saying that evolution is sketchy or untrustworthy. We find the original quote and we read the next sentence. Detailed comparisons of Neanderthal skeletal remains don't indicate abilities inferior to those of modern humans. We got all that. Neanderthals have therefore been added to the same species as ourselves, Homo sapiens, although they are usually placed in their own subspecies, Homo sapiens neanderthalensis. Despite these revisions, it is apparent that there are significant anatomical differences between the Neanderthals and present-day humans. If we are to understand the Neanderthals, we must formulate hypotheses as to why they evolved from earlier humans around 100,000 years ago. On to say, we must determine, therefore, the behavioral significance of the anatomical differences between Neanderthals and other human groups, since it is patterns of successful behavior that dictate the direction of natural selection. We cannot say that Neanderthals were the exact same thing as Homo sapiens and therefore have no proof of evolution. Instead, Neanderthals are very clearly quite different than Homo sapiens and have a different evolutionary history from Homo sapiens, but they are being classified as a subspecies because of these similarities. Someone who is familiar with biology, all this talk of reclassification sound like we're just changing the rules to fit our own systems. There's a couple of important things. Number one is that reclassification happens because the classification system that we use doesn't just tell you about one individual species at a time. It also tells you about everything that one species is related to. So if we find new information that tells us that this one species isn't actually related to the other things we thought it was, it makes sense that we would reclassify it to better reflect the data that we have. That isn't sacrificing science for the benefit of our narrative. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Somebody found better evidence and made a better argument, so we changed the narrative for the benefit of better science. And the second thing is, as frustrating as it may be to try to keep track of all these little changes, remember to pay attention to the big picture. Well, whether you're talking about Aaron Trinkhouse today or back in the 1970s, you would see Neanderthals existed tens of thousands of years before Answers to Genesis reached the world that we would create. And they certainly don't pay attention to his significant scientific expertise on that issue. Only that they could find a single sentence from 40 years ago that kind of almost sounds like he agrees with them, that they're willing to pretend that they take him or any other honest scientist even remotely serious.
Now, obviously, humans evolving into humans isn't exactly proof of evolution. So, you can scratch them off the list, as Neanderthals certainly aren't proof positive of evolution.
And here, Answers to Genesis sets up their usual straw man that it isn't really evolution, unless it involves a change in kind. Which, I'll remind you, isn't anywhere in the definition of evolution, nor is it a biological term. It's just a silly goalpost that they made for themselves so they can move where they need to in order to satisfy their own needs. More importantly, as I mentioned earlier, we didn't evolve from Neanderthals. We lived alongside them and we interbred with them quite a bit, but they are not the ancestors of all humans or even all Homo sapiens. They were just another species that lived a little while. They are, however, very good evidence of evolution, as is any extinct species, because they did exist and they didn't come from nowhere. The fact that you find different creatures the farther down you dig remains an undeniable thorn in the side of creationism that creationists usually just have to explain away with a big old.
However, moving on to 1861, you may have finally found yourself presented with some rock-solid proof in the form of a missing link between dinosaurs and birds, called Archaeopteryx. Good old Archie was used for decades to convince people that a true transitional fossil between lizards and birds had been found.
In all fairness, people only said that because of it.
But alas, in 1977, an admitted true bird was found which dates, according to evolutionist methods, as 60 million years older than Archaeopteryx. So Archie transitioned from already Professor John Olmsted of Yale acknowledged. But now look for the ancestors of flying birds in a period of time much more than that in which Archaeopteryx.
My favorite part about that section is that they literally showed the article that they were lying about on screen and just hoped that nobody would read it. If you zoom in right here, you'll see the article actually says the discovered bone is some 60 million years older than the previously found oldest birds. But it doesn't say that it's older than Archaeopteryx. In fact, the next sentence says the newly discovered bone is of the same time period as Archaeopteryx. And then you get the quote from Ostrom saying we need to look further to prove the bird evolution. You can say we found a bird that's 60 million years older than Archaeopteryx. He said we found a bird that's about as old as Archaeopteryx. And that brings us to the
Easy.
Archaeopteryx is not proposed as the single common ancestor of all birds. It's just a great example of the kind of transition you would see on the path along the way to birds. It had a mosaic of reptilian and avian like a beak and teeth, wings and claws, a long tail and feathers, and we see all of those different traits across several different species in various phases of transition for several million years before and after Archaeopteryx. So even if what Answers to Genesis was saying was true, trying to dismiss Archaeopteryx because somebody found a different bird back then is like trying to dismiss the Wright brothers because Leonardo da Vinci was drafting flying machines back in the 1400s. The most important thing to remember is that transitional doesn't necessarily mean ancestral. For example, there are several species in the genus Homo and in the species Australopithecus that show various transitions into the hominin-specific adaptation that humans exhibit today. But that doesn't necessarily mean that every single one of those species was our dinosaurs. Like modern smartphones. There was not a time when flip phones and they all had smartphones and we're literally transitional Palm Pilots together. These are just different technologies being developed at different times and integrated into different kinds of phones until eventually, collectively, the whole population trended towards smartphones. And bird evolution works the same way. We're talking about different groups of dinosaurs developing different traits at different times, creating competition between groups until eventually you get to modern birds. And species like Archaeopteryx and other early bird-like reptiles like Confuciusornis are just snapshots of that transition.
Indeed, far from being some unique dino bird.
It should still cook in about the same amount of time.
Arky shared much of supposed unique structures with troubers that exist today.
I accidentally left my door open. Can you close it for me?
I don't know what this guy's talking about, but that's literally what the word transitional means in this context. I also don't know if I'm going to use that.
What?
It's got the feeling of real instinct.
Much for Archaeopteryx as undeniable proof of evolution.
As what they second point out, that the imagery of a creationist literally ripping up a book about evolution rather than just reading it is a great analogy for what organizations like Genesis actually do. That is the most honest part of the video. I don't think that Genesis telling us again about one scientist was wrong about one thing one time early in the development of his field, and then pretending like embryology hasn't taught us one single thing about evolution in almost 200 years. For those who don't know, Earth takes
Piercing shot!
because, as I said earlier, questioning is it's not about teaching you what to think.
What is that smell?
The ideas that came before parallel the evolution.
Back down or die! simple enough.
Second of all, if your children's textbooks are that out of date, you should be fighting not for just worse education overall. Third and most importantly, Hegel is still talked about in modern biology textbooks, and some people about the history.
This'll get him!
This is a modern evolutionary biology textbook, and right here is an entire paragraph. Plays of phylogenetic history, one more subtle mixture of phylogenetic history and adaptation at the embryonic stage. This dude is sitting here, smugly pretending like he's sharing some shameful secret that debunks evolution, and it's literally taught in introductory evolutionary biology class.
Now, by 1879, you may have felt scientists finally had the proof of evolution, as the American Journal of Science published an impressive diagram showing the supposed evolutionary development of horses, which found its way into many other publications and textbooks for years. Now, today, this proof of evolution has been abandoned because of the many severe challenges brought against it.
There's two things here that are very important. The first is that the second is this video is called Millions of Everyday off an annual subscription to Brilliant Free. It's fun, it's educational, and it makes the world a more curious place. That was nice. That was really nice. Okay. Now, we're done talking about horses and evolution.
If the series were true, you'd expect to find the earliest fossils in the lowest rock strata. But you don't. In fact, the bones of the supposed earliest horses have been found at or near the surface. Sometimes they're found right next to modern horse fossils.
Oh man, that sounds really bad. I wonder what scientific journal they're citing. Oh, silly me. It's not from a scientific journal at all. It's actually from their own website, reposting an article from a creationist magazine from 1995. That quote wasn't from a biologist. That quote was from Reverend Peter Hastings, a faculty member and a principal Presbyterian mention where they got that quote, considering they're usually very vocal about which biologists or biology textbooks or other legitimate science resource they're misrepresenting. Why do you think it is that when it came from somebody
right in the eye?
That's it.
Now you're speaking.
That's it. Come.
Let's find the gold. These probably ain't the good kind of mushrooms.
How can I...
Still alive. I'll take it. My tribe could use that. Be wary.